Welcome to the Lander Bet Sports Betting Live Show. Welcome back. I died for a week, so there was no way a live show was happening last week, but glad to be back. Hopefully, y'all saw the episode from last night. Got a couple of those bets down already on the card as well. So those are going to be some stuff we'll go over. Hoping to have Daft in here in a little bit. He's got kids. I guess that means that he's got to prioritize them. That's fine, I guess. But he'll be in hopefully a little bit late after he drops them off, and then we'll get some Daft love in here as well. But yeah, I'm already seeing some stuff that I agree with in the comments. Reef talking about not even touching the Chicago and Cleveland game, which makes sense to me. I mean, New Orleans and Brooklyn, not really sure why we would mess with that. We really got to be looking at the standings to know who's got to play for what at this point, because if you don't got to play for anything, including teams like the Celtics, who look like they're going to sit guys, we're going to get, I don't know what's going to happen with this Lakers game. Excuse me. We're going to get into all this. If I just bust off camera for a minute, it's because I'm probably coughing up a lung or sneezing or blowing my nose or whatever. So forgive me on that stuff, but it's just good to be back, man. So happy to have y'all in here, bro, for real, just to talk about some bets. So throw that stuff in there, man, and we can take a look at it. Yeah. I'm on the same boat. Yeah, talking about the Lakers stuff for sure. 51-50 LeBron. That's where we're at. But yeah, some easy wins last night. Actually, we did pretty good. So yeah, your boy, everyone's favorite, Daft, the COVID king. He's gonna be on here hopefully in a little bit. He hasn't told me no yet. He said he was gonna be on here a little bit late after the kids. So Mike's going in and out. Let me know if that's still happening, Ernest. Should be good to go. Let me double check, but. Maybe I was just a little bit far from it. Yeah, should be still rolling good with the mic here. So let me know if you're having problems with that. But Tatum likes to show out if he plays Samir. So we got to wait on that. Let me start starring some of this stuff. So definitely jump in and get your bets down in the comments if you want to go over that stuff. Ricky's talking about Scottie Pippen. So we got to take a look at that. Rudy's been killing it, man. It's like if you look at his stuff, we'll pull him up, Swerve. His stuff has been crazy. So I'll go ahead and star that. See if you guys got anything else on here, but I can at least get into some of the picks that I like too. So yeah, no doubt. I mean, we still got some for the playoffs, no doubt. And then I want to go live during the WNBA season too. So. But miss y'all too, man. Appreciate you, but just good to be back, Free. So if you guys see Free Sauce's stuff in there, we got plenty of people from the VIP and one of the cappers here that's putting down some really good looks. I know we had a good day yesterday too. I think you actually didn't put that much down, Free Sauce, but I know you had good looks in there on the leans and everything. So everybody in the chat was still eating, but let's see. Bartez is talking about Matas, so we can put him in there. We need to know about Josh Giddey and Vooch. So if I don't have David on deck, he's super busy these days. My man works in education. This is a rough time, so he's real busy right now. But if you do have some injury news, I would much appreciate it. Throw it in the chat, and we can make sure that I take that into consideration, because obviously those who have the injury news fastest are able to get take advantage and get the best numbers. But give me one sec. All right, so let's get into some of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here as you guys are still coming back in the comments, but appreciate you, Chillmatic. Just a nice welcome back. We got Parky in here too, who jumped in the VIP. Hopefully you've been getting something out of that, Parky. Let's see. I'm going to go to what are we looking at here? Props Madness. Let's get that going, and we'll start getting some of these looks up. But yeah, like I said, as always, throw those bets in the comments and we'll get right to them. Let me get the right stuff on screen. We'll get Daft in here. Oh, Daft is already here. What timing? He just wanted to miss all the boring preamble bullshit. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. Well, did I skip all the bullshit?
Yeah. You got all the nonsense out of the way, and now we're just back to the way we want this to be. Let me get this right. Here we go. There you are. What's up,
Let's
bro?
go.
How you
it's
feeling?
Been a minute.
I know. I'm glad to have you on here, man, because I might at some point, like I was telling people a minute ago, just randomly come off screen and start dying, coughing up lung and life. So I'll let you take over at that point. But how you feel, man? You had some good picks down today. I know you've been back on an upswing, right?
No, my picks today are terrible. That's some of the worst work I've ever put out. But the last couple of weeks have been pretty good. Like, I think since March, my straight picks have hit in at like 60%, up nice. 40 units on straight picks alone.
Sick.
I complained a lot between the start of March and now because I've had some terrible days, but for the most part, it's good.
Back in action. Love to hear it. Yeah. No, it was rough out there for a little bit, but I think we figured out some stuff now that we're in this part of the season. So let's just kick it off. Let's just get right into it if you're good with it, because we'll do this as long as we can. We might as well start with the game that we can actually like bank on teams trying, which is going to be the first game anyway, which is the Hawks and the Magic. So did you have much in this one? I definitely want people to be throwing their looks in the comments too. I know we're going to be spending some time on that stuff. So
there's nothing I have down for this one, but there was a few that I considered, and I continue to consider them. Off the top, Franz. I think Franz's lines are sharp, and I think he gets really close to all of them.
I know.
That's one. Obviously, the pace thing is probably the biggest thing when it comes to his points. Fast-paced team, give up a lot of buckets around the rim. Franz will be looking to penetrate today, and I think he gets close. But it's
Is that what you look at with Franz? Is the pace of the other team?
Yeah, it's really just pace and where he likes to score.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm probably just passing it somewhere, but it's somewhere on here for pace. Just trying to pull opponent pace. I always just look for pace. So if you put the pace up high, then he does a little bit better.
Yeah,
1 through 10, a little bit up there.
Yeah,
but now it's at 25.5, so that hit rate probably looks different.
yeah. So I think the line is pretty sharp, but I think he gets close. The other person I thought about was Onyeka Okongwu, and he's a bit of a bitch or a beast, this guy, but he'll probably play about 35 minutes today. They got no front court depth whatsoever. As you said, they're going to be trying hard. He's going to be out there, but I don't know. He's not on the same level as Wendell Carter Jr. He's a bitch or beast too, that guy, but yeah.
Well, so I've got something for Onyeka right now because I don't have a bet down on this yet. First of all, I took under 10.5 points for Wendell Carter. So here's the roller coaster that I was on with this. Last night, I didn't do the due diligence to go, well, is Onyeka Okongwu guarding Wendell Carter Jr.? I just assumed he was guarding Wendell Carter. And I looked at his Wendell Carter's numbers and was like, oh, okay, well, this makes sense to me to go under. The Hawks have been actually like a top 5 team limiting centers for the past 15 games. As much trash as I've talked on Onyeka at times, he's good on defense. That's definitely where you cannot take advantage of him. On the perimeter, especially, really good defender for a center out there. He guards Paolo. Come to find out today when I actually looked into it, Onyeka guards Paolo.
Right.
Games. And that's probably going to be what happens again. So the bet that I have that I've been waiting on, and I've been waiting on it to move in my direction, which it kind of has, is actually a fade of the rebounds. And now we're back down to 9.5. So I missed my small window where somebody bet over Onyeka rebounds, and this bumped up to 10.5 on most books, and I didn't hit it. I might still take something like an MGM. I think I have a mover that can get that down. Minus 135 on, but if he's guarding Paolo, then it makes sense that what he's done against his team is 11 and 7 rebound chances in those 2 games. He ain't getting 11 boards on 11 rebound chances against a team that is 4th best limiting rebounds, 2nd best limiting center rebounds for the Magic.
That's a good look.
Yeah.
Does that mean our man Bang Bang Niang is having a big rebound game today?
So he's not going to start, but you're saying he'll come in and play some 4?
Well, I don't know. Who does start at the 4?
Mo Gay. No, so I'm saying I think Onyeka's technically the 4, and Mo Gay plays 5 and is guarding Wendell and is the rim protector, quote unquote.
Yeah, their starting lineup hasn't been confirmed yet.
No, but it's usually Mo Gay in there, right?
I know it usually is, but today Mo Gay is not projected to see many minutes at all.
Right, he never is, which is at least helpful for us.
But he's going to see less than usual, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Shit, it's gonna be hard to see less than 10, but maybe it is 10, like you're saying.
Yeah, it's
the low end for him is 9-10 minutes, so that makes sense. So you might like some Bang Bang Niang overs as a result,
potentially. And I've had a lot of success betting whoever defends Wendell Carter Jr., they get a ton of boards.
Okay,
I've hit that in 3 straight games
because they really don't even involve him in the offense.
Yeah, and he tries to stretch the floor, but teams are like, I don't give a fuck if you shoot it. So it's like,
whoa, yeah, this is wrong.
What's wrong?
This 2.5 number on his rebounds.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's wrong, right? It's 3.5 on the season. He's averaging 24 minutes a game on the season. This minutes range is just looking like, even if I give him,
he's had a lot of dirty bench spots in this down stretch. And if he sees the uptick in his minutes that I expect, then Georges Niang should be able to rebound the hell out of the ball today.
Well, 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 isn't even rebounding the hell out of the ball.
It'll fall into his mouth
it's tripping and falling into 3 rebounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get that down for a minute.
I'm not saying bet it right away, but
I know.
Do we wait till this lineup's confirmed? That's all.
Well, I don't think he's gonna start either way. That's the thing that I think we have going for us is that I don't think he starts either
regardless.
Way. Yeah, so I like his rebounds over the way you're presenting it, and I really like Onyeka under the way that we're talking about it as well. If you can still get 10.5, might even be worth it.
You were betting on this wagon of Georges Niang, weren't you? 3.5.
Oh yeah.
You were betting that.
Yeah. I was playing 3.5 boards for Bang Bang when you can find the right spot for him. But it's all about minutes, and if it's going to be a problem to guard, so he's going to guard Wendell. I don't know. You got to get him to the minutes. It's a weird number at 2.5, but we can keep. I want to see if anybody has anything too. I'm sure we have plenty of stuff in the comments. Your boy Anthony, by the way, was just waiting for you to come in. So really happy that you made him happy because you are the king. Let's see. We do have some other looks here. Jolene seems to like over on Franz on the RA, but we were both saying like everything's propped up for Franz in a way that
it looks good. Like it looks okay. This is going to be one of those bets where he's going to get really close to every line, I think.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though. Then it becomes there's no reason to bet it. I don't need to bet a 50-50 bet at minus 120 odds or whatever, right? So
I feel like Franz's performance is going to be tied to the outcome of the game. Like if this game like goes over its total projection, then Franz will go over his totals. Like I think that's how it's going to be tied. And I can't predict totals to save my life.
No doubt. Yeah. So I think if you can get 10.5 free sauce, I think that's the play. I'm probably going to hit that at MGM minus 135. It's been fluctuating, but I do like that. And I've got Niang as a little as a lean right now, 2.5. There's a couple more things I want to look at, but that might be a look as well. I'm just seeing if we have anything under. Yeah, this could be a good look. I'll kind of go under on the RA. I think you're just getting like maybe like 2 dimes that you would need. So could be a good look to add that as well. But all right, let's just because I'm here and this is the last one. Dyson points on this one. I guess it would be like going to the rim. It's just not going to be a good matchup any way you cut it, really, on the points. Now it's low for him. I will say that. The only thing I would think of is like let's take Jalen Johnson out and let's take DeAndre Hunter out as well. And you still have him at like, how many has he played? 30 games, 14.8. It's still a low number. It's just a tough matchup. Would you be considering an over for Dyson at all?
No. And not to say that I don't think he can. I just can't find an angle to make myself believe he will do it. Like he could definitely do it for sure.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you the difference between his 20-point games and his 10-point games. I can't find a reason to
pattern or anything. Yeah. And if the pattern that it comes down to for me and Dyson is going to be these two things. It's just, this is how he's scoring all his points. So if he's not, he's half his points transition and spot up. If he's not getting it off of that, then I'm not as confident. But he will have an easier matchup with KCP on Trey. So let's keep rolling. I mean, this is a good game to stay on, but there are at least a number of others. Tell me if you want to even go to any of these games. I'm looking at the Wizards, Pacers. We still don't know about Pascal, right? Let me just pull up Underdog here so we can just have this up, honestly.
I'll be waiting on that.
Everything's on Wednesday, but it's the Pascal news that we're looking at. So, someone was saying, thank you. I think it was Wave Slide and that Giddey and Vooch are both out. Okay, and then Pascal is going to play. So we've got that. Pascal is going to play and Ben Shepherd is ruled out, which actually is relevant because I'm looking at backups here, right? Like they just won this game by 53 points. Pascal is in now. Where do you go with this? I haven't thought about this one enough, to be honest.
Well, I've had a bit of success betting on Jarris Walker lately.
Okay. I love Jarris Walker. He might be pissed. The Cougars lost last night. He's a University of Houston guy.
Oh, for real?
Nice. Championship. Yep.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to impact anything.
But I've been watching the box scores closely on Pacer games purely because I've probably got a bet on Obi Toppin or Aaron Naismith. And I'm like, who the hell is this Walker guy? He just gets on. His shot per minute is crazy high. I was like, who do you think you are? Like, you're the 9th man for a reason. Like, settle down. Mm-hmm. And then I started betting on him, and I loved it. So he'll probably see 18 to 20 minutes in this game. Blowout likely, so he probably sees more time.
Right.
That's what we 25 points right? last time against the Wizards. Very efficient in his shooting. Predominantly a spot-up shooter, and he's got a decent matchup here. So that's someone I might be considering at 7.5.
Yeah. Even this wins by thing doesn't work that well. It's just about if you can project minutes for him. Was he missing some games here and there?
No, it's just rotation. I don't think he was injured. He was the 10th man before. So I think he's jumped like Furphy. He's jumped him.
Johnny Furphy.
So he's the priority in terms of their development. So when the opportunity comes, he gets the extra run now.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if I can get him to 20 minutes. I don't know how to get there with that. Did you have a reason to give him a few more?
Just the blowout. So, If we think there's a blowout, he'll play more than 20. If there isn't, he'll play 15 to 18, perhaps.
Yeah. But you don't have a bet down in this one, right?
Not yet. No.
Yeah. Me neither. It was too much about the Pascal news. Let's not waste time speculating, since we would have to dig into this one a little bit more. And there's probably some more stuff that we can talk about a little bit better. But drop those bets in the comments if you guys want. Do want to give that video a like too. It goes a long way. Much appreciated. I think there's at least some stuff we can talk about here. Grizz, Hornets. But the request here, honestly, y'all, tell me if you are cool with this, Daft. I have zero desire to talk about the Pelicans, Nets. I guess we can talk Bulls, Cavs, but let's just take bets for these next 2 games right here. Grizz, Hornets, Bulls, Cavs. We'll try to focus on those for a minute, but so let's kick it here with this one. You have a bet in this one?
I put some bets down without doing research, which is a bit foolish of me, but I was short on time. I had this church thing, and I had to pretend that I was into it, and so I didn't have time to do my proper research deep dives. But I looked at the slate, and I was like, I'll make a few assumptions here and put some bets down. So the first one was on Zach Edey. I took his boards over 10.5 plus money at the time. It's probably you're still probably going to get decent odds for it.
Yeah.
So it's only moved slightly at the 10.5. And this is purely on new coach, new rotations. He's playing big minutes, over in 4 out of 5 games. The game he went under was against Boston, and he shouldn't be playing again. They should have just DNP'd him. It was a waste of time for him putting a jersey on that day. But outside of that, should get a good run. Mark Williams matchup, who is he might be 23, but he's got 2 more years left in the league. That guy's body's falling apart. It's betraying him. So Zach Edey's going to be a good position, get a ton of boards. Memphis will push the pace. The Hornets will be obliged to do the same. I think he has a big rebound game. So I was happy to take the 10.5 boards.
I'm going to give him a very conservative 27 minutes, let's say.
Yeah.
That's what the ETR guys had him at, was 27 minutes. He's been high 20s no matter what. So I think 27 is around the floor, but we'll say the floor is 25, and he should still be at 11 against the team that is 6th most rebounds against centers that they're allowing. A little bit better than the points. I would say for Edey here, not trusting the shot attempts for him. But I think he's relatively blowout proof, because it's Santi Aldama is someone that's in the rotation just as much as Edey. So where do you really go after that? Vince Williams, small ball 5. But I took Edey as well, 10.5. I have him at 12.8 rebounds in 30 minutes. So you dumb that down to 12 rebounds. I think it's still good. So this could be 11.5 for plus money, and I would take it.
Whilst you got the minutes filters up, do you want to flick to points real quick?
To which one?
Flick over to points whilst you got the same filters.
Yeah.
And I wanted to a lot of people want to take his double because there's one less rebound he would need to get, but I don't know. I just feel like that's really risky for some reason.
I would be more afraid that he's getting 10 points.
Yeah.
He's not in control.
He's not going to get the ball.
He's not in control of him scoring unless he's getting offensive rebounds and dunking them back, which would be the way that you hope for this, is that it's there's 6 of those boards are offensive rebounds to get you there for 4 or 5 putbacks or whatever. But that's not something I necessarily want to bank on, right? So I just don't trust sometimes him and Klingon. He's way better on offense at this point. But when I know that I feel good about the rebounds and I add the points to the double-double, I'm like, why? Unless I'm getting plus 140. Right now, there's no way the double-double is anything better than even money, right? It has to be minus 110, 120, because you predicted to get 11 points on both sides. So it's not going to you might as well just take them both, or take one of them, or whatever, or the PR. But I don't think the double-double becomes worth it at that point. I don't like the points more than the rebounds. So if people are trying to do that, take away from the need for one more rebound, that's silly, because that's what I feel most confident about, I guess, is the way to say it. So,
and I knew you were going to say that. So
thanks for setting me up. Dude, somebody's going to have to play in this game if it's a blowout. Is it not going to be a blowout? Somebody has to score for the Grizzlies. How is Luke Kennard at 4.5 or 5.5 points, even in some books, when if you just look at even just simply one by stuff and you think they're going to win by even just 10, his numbers go up, right? 9.8 a game, solid hit rate here, 24 games where they won by that much that he's played. If you bump this up to 15, same shit, but it's he should be at 8 or 9 points, should he not? But he's just got a lot of unders playing 20 minutes in their, relatively close games. I guess they lost some of them. Should I not use that as my main reason to just bet on Luke Kennard, I guess, is my question?
I don't know. It's a low number, but his volume is also low. Like, it's strange. He's fallen into this playmaking role a lot this season. Mm-hmm. But even with Scotty there, like,
right, that's the beauty into his stuff too. Now the weird thing about Scotty though is he doesn't get that bump in the one by stuff. Like, you put this up to like 10 plus, and it's not really a bump for Scotty. Right.
Yes, Scotty just plays the same thing regardless. He's like blowout proof. If we're getting blown out or the game's close, we'll still play you.
Right.
Which is it's
a
strange
weird place to be in.
Yeah.
Right. Because he doesn't even go like you. This is what proof of what you're saying. He's at 22 minutes a game in these big wins, but he's at 21 on the season. So nothing's really changing for him.
Yeah. What would happen in a blowout is you'll see a lot of guys who you don't have lines for playing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's Jay Huff out there.
Right.
Get Lamar Stevens out there. Like,
right. Yeah. And the problem with teams like the Pacers and the Grizzlies is picking the guys who are going to score in the blowout is almost impossible because everybody plays 15 to 25 minutes. So, like, which one's going to play in the blowout? I don't know. Johnny Furphy? We're not going to get Johnny Furphy lines, right? So you got to hope that Jarris Walker's still out there, whatever. In this case, you got to hope that it's like Luke Kennard. But there's no, like, rookie. Like, Jalen Wells is their rookie. He starts. Zach Edey's the other rookie. He starts. So there's nobody to go to on the end of the bench here. I know somebody was asking me earlier about Santi, 10.5 points. I believe it was Reef. Any thoughts on that stuff?
Santi's numbers as of late have always looked good, but I will say that his minutes projections have slowly started to come down.
Okay.
But even if he gets 25 today, 24, then it's not too bad. But as of late, like as the Grizzlies are now at full strength, it doesn't look as good to me.
Right. Well, let's give him 25, which I think is conservative. So we're still at 14 a game. It's just like, to me, Santi's one of these almost just like, I don't know, auto bet, right? Like an automatic deposit of like, we don't need to look at this. We know that every time that Santi has this number, we should just play it. And then it just comes down to minutes. But I mean,
I feel like something has shifted, right? And this is just I'm just shooting in the dark here. But I feel like ever since the Jenkins news dropped and they've changed coaches, I have a feeling like Santi's on the court with different people, or he's playing a different, like something is different.
Right.
Like, he still might play 25 minutes, but what he's doing in that 25 minutes is different to what he was doing before. And I don't know what it is because I'm not going to spend the time to look at it, but it's.
Yeah, I'm not going to go in there right now either because I'd have to look at who he's been playing 2-man lineups with and stuff like that. And I just, there's a lot of games on today.
Something has changed.
One more look I considered. I don't think it's here anymore. If you can get under 5.5, it's so juiced now. Under 5.5 dimes for Desmond Bane just seemed too high in a game where I don't know why he would get that many minutes. He's not really like his potentials are basically at about like 9 since the new coach took over. What the hell is the new coach's name? I don't even know. We'll talk about that later. Okay, cool. I don't care either. Unknown young white guy. That's what we'll call him for now. But yeah, it's like 5.5 is too much. It's the number's gone. I can't play that kind of juice. So I'm gonna look at some stuff in the comments here. But let me know if you had any other thoughts on a guy you would want to look at.
Another one is Jaren Jackson Jr. And I hate betting on this guy. Like, he's one of those guys when I bet on him, he just starts fouling everyone. Similar with like Karl Anthony Towns. Like they're so handsy. They just can't stop touching each other. And it's like, if the Knicks play the Pistons in round 1, like it's going to be a very stressful time because I'm going to be tempted to bet on one of them and they're going to get in foul trouble. But Jaren Jackson Jr. very much the same. He's got a good matchup. He should see decent minutes because even in some blowout wins, he's still seeing 30 plus.
Right.
The foul trouble is the only thing that will slow him down here, in my opinion.
I'm actually wondering
if have a mismatch too.
Yeah, well, I'm actually wondering if it is like so the part of this for me is that if you look at the upcoming schedule for Memphis, they get this cupcake ass matchup and then they play mini, right? Memphis is right here at Charlotte, day off versus mini at Denver versus Dallas. They need to win, right? These two games right here, especially this is the game that matters more than anything because they're tied with them for they're currently, who am I talking about right now? Memphis is 8th or something, right? Minnesota's 7th, Clippers are 5th, Warriors are 6th. Is that how the standings are right now? So, right?
I haven't looked at it.
Yeah,
it's tight.
It's tight, and all those teams are tied. But like this game, look at this game right here. This is the upcoming game, and they're playing Charlotte right now. Why would Memphis play anybody? So I'm really mostly looking at unders for anybody that starts for Memphis. You could not convince me to take an over on Triple J, mostly because I'm just going to give him 20, other than like Edie or guys you think are going to play late minutes, obviously. But like, I don't know that we shouldn't be capping him at like 28 minutes. So I think that's like, these numbers are baked in. I think Swish would tell you that too. He was talking about some of the numbers, like the market price is good to take for a guy like Kennard. But this 25.5, you look at it and you go, why is this 25.5 when Jaren Jackson Jr. is averaging 28 PR on the season? And the reason is because they're pricing in the blowout and the fact that this is relevant. Like this schedule upcoming stuff is very relevant, because why would you play anybody against Charlotte? So
I'll say one thing, right?
Yeah.
This is one thing I've noticed. I noticed this when I was still winning, but I wasn't putting volume down. And I was trying to avoid a lot of blowout games, because I was trying to be responsible.
Right.
I had good looks, good matchups, but I was like, I don't know if the minutes will be there. And more times than not, the blowout didn't happen till very late in the game, if there was one. And oftentimes I had players with great matchups go absolutely berserk, and I didn't play them at all.
Right.
Because the game was tight. Like there was Minnesota versus Philly, right? Like I had a lot of good looks in that game, but I was like, oh, it's probably going to be a blowout. And Philly just hung with them. Like Rudy played 38 minutes in that game and went crazy. Like there's so many opportunities. It's like,
fair.
I'm not good at capping spreads, but I've been relying on the spread to kind of give me an indication whether this game's going to be close or not.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been reliable.
Yeah.
So the look could be there, and it might be a first quarter look, perhaps, if we're worried about the blowout. But yeah.
Well, let's real quick. So like teams that are trash, like are they beating them by a lot? I mean, so they beat the Jazz by 37. They're losing by 20. They won by 34.
3-point game against the Pels.
I mean, I see Free Sauce's point that Jaren Jackson Jr. it's getting his, like he's one of those guys that's just doing it big and then kind of sitting down. But 25.5 points per game, PR per game in these games where they're winning by or where he's playing a ceiling of 28 minutes, it makes sense to me that that's what it's at. I did take under on PRA. I believe Free Sauce threw this in the chat as well. I don't remember if it was this morning or whatnot, but I took under 27.5 PRA for Bridges. I think he got a late questionable tag.
He may not play, right?
Yeah, he still might not play. Not sure where we're at yet on that one. If we got an update, let me just refresh this. But yeah, if he does play, now that he's a little bit sicky or whatever, I love that even more. That our boy, they're in a good spot there. So all right. We can keep going if you have nothing else from this one. I know we went over a bunch that was looking at some stuff here, but let's move to did you have stuff for this? Do you want to touch on this at all? Because I haven't looked back at this game much.
No, I don't like betting on the Cavs.
I hate it. And Donnie's out, you know that.
It doesn't make a difference to me.
Cool.
I still don't like betting on them. Like I feel like Mobley does the same shit anyway.
Hate it.
Mobley likely covers his line. He probably starts off slow and then finishes strong, or he'll start off really strong and do fucking nothing in the second half. Like that's the Mobley experience.
That's so true. Yep. I'm with that. Least favorite team to bet on is the Cavs, followed shortly by like the Kings. Hate that. Hate deciding which of those dudes who all do the same shit are going to play well this game. Load that. And I really don't like betting on Franz or Paolo. Like, nah, I'm good. Like when you just have these two dudes that do the same. Phoenix was the same way when Booker and KD are on the floor. I'm like, I don't know. Yes, both of them, neither of them. Fuck. Like, it could be either. So anyway, let's keep getting these bets down. If you guys want for this Celtics Knicks game, assuming we still don't have what we need from the C's. Did you look at this for anything to date?
I saw the number of game time decisions. I was like, I'm not wasting my time on this.
Smart. Yeah.
And I think that looking at Knicks players, it's like, it feels so obvious what it could be. But then you have to factor in Jalen Brunson's only been there for this is his second game back. So it's like third. He has the best matchup to score, but
why did
this is his second
I like
game
Brunson in this matchup. So hear me out in this.
The matchup's great.
No, not even just the matchup. So what's scaring you with JB?
Second game back. Bit of rust.
Oh no, it is second. I'm lying to you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Second game back, had a piss poor matchup against the Suns and didn't kill them.
Yeah.
He'll get the minutes, but it's like
right. That's what somebody commented on the video that I put out last night. Is like, I think it was a Knicks fan that was like, "Yo, rust is kind of concerning me with Brunson on this one," which makes sense. I took threes already. Yes, come on, CLV. Like the shit went up. I took this at over.
You're one of those CLV guys, are you?
No. It's just what it was. What happened was. Here's my thing. It was at plus 158 when I hit it. the next thing I know, like 2 hours later, it was at like plus 162 for this over 2.5 threes. And I was like, what do I not know? Like, is some information about to come out that's going to just screw this for me? And now it's back down. I just wanted it to not be, going the wrong way entirely to where somebody clearly had info that I don't have, right? CLV means as much to me as it's the market telling me something. Not that I think because I beat it, it's just the market telling me. But the 124 is probably still good. Here's my little in-depth analysis about JB that I at least took the time to do. If you look at him head-to-head this season, first game we throw out the window because they lost by a million. 23 doesn't even do it justice. They were down like 40 with like 10 minutes left. So he played 25 minutes, went 1 for 2. The points are still good. I think the points might even be safer. I just couldn't get away from that juice at plus 158, so I'd hit it. But then you look at this game. 7 attempts, 9 attempts. So he's at 8 per game, right? Versus on the season, his 3-point attempts are at 6. This says 6 for this matchup because the first one he only took 2. But in this 2 games where he plays normal minutes, he gets 8 per game. You go to last season, it's the exact same numbers. He took a little bit more in the season last year, but the uptick to 8 per game versus this team, averaging 3.2 in the last 6 games against them, 7 games, with this number, like I said, 3 and 3 and 4 here. So he's at 3 against them overall since last season. And I think the attempts are there. Obviously, the Celtics give up pull-up threes, which makes sense. So he does get a decent amount of catch and shoot against them, but it's usually because they actually do a good job of reversing the ball around the perimeter, and then he changes spots, right? He starts the action, passes it from the top of the key. Then the next thing you know, he's running around in a circle until he's just in the corner and no one's guarding him, right? So that's a lot of what JB, that's why point guard's a little bit better for the points. Even if they don't get it off the initial action, they get lost in the shuffle while the Celtics are switching everything, and then JB can get open that way. So any thoughts on Brunson? That would be the only thing I'd like in this one.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
Yeah,
but
I knew you'd say that. I knew you were going to be like, hey, that makes sense to me.
When I saw the matchup, I was like, it's a good one. But the Russ thing, as the Knicks fans, I'm aligned with them. Like, it does concern me. Like, put it this way, I'm no professional, so these professionals probably shouldn't have Russ, the amount of access that they have, right? But like we got Easter coming up, right? And during Easter, there's no ball game, so I don't get to play. So I have a week off. And then I come back and I am terrible. I've forgotten everything. The rust is real, and the rust lasts a very long time at my age.
Right.
So,
no,
I'm worried about that. What? Right. Can I ask you this, though?
Yeah.
Why aren't you betting on OG?
Why am I not?
Yeah.
That's why.
That's the head-to-head stuff.
This team owns him. Yeah, this team just slaps him around. But it is a little bit right Brown, but it's everybody. Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: one thing I've noticed, because these types of bets have screwed me, especially when they've seen each other a couple of times.
Sure.
When they've seen each other a couple times, but the last time they play each other in the regular season, shit's kind of changed. The players tend to figure it out. And some more recent examples of this. Remember, we spoke about the torture chamber, high usage guards, all that type of bullshit. Jalen Green busted that myth, busted OKC up.
Yeah.
Jalen Green against the Warriors. I thought he was going to bust that up. I don't know what he did, but
it was similar.
Yeah, right. So he covered the 20.
I hit my under 29.5 PRA. That's all.
And I just, OG's on a different level right now. He's
out of his freaking mind.
He's earned that wonderful name that he's got. Like, he is he's the real OG now.
He's an original. Can we confirm if his name's not Original Gangster? It's probably let's just assume it's not Original Gangster. That's not what OG stands for. But the thing here is, love OG. I say this with the most respect I can muster. I definitely have better handles than OG and Anunoby. Like, definitely have better dribbling skills than OG and Anunoby. If he can't put the ball if he's not a threat to put the ball on the ground and go to the rim, then he's not a threat. Right? Like, just take away the shot. And he's not against this team. If you put smaller guys on him, he's going to be able to he's not going to be able to dribble around them. If you have Kristaps down low, then you have a rim protector when he does go down. Like, Derek White has done a great job on him. So yeah, I think you're still going to see Drew on JB. You're going to see probably Derek White on him and switching depending on which one of the Tatum or Brown is in. So do you want to take an over on him? Because now I'm starting to consider Now I really want to consider an under on the PRA.
Now, I bet him a few times throughout this stretch, and then Brunson came back, and I was like, I don't want to do it. And I was like, the line is low, and I feel like if you're Jalen Brunson and you're out for 2 weeks, and you're watching this Original Gangster just cook, naturally you come back and you're like, I don't want to disturb this. Let's feed the beast. Like, let's keep rolling.
Yeah.
Right? And we're both short kings. As you know, if somebody on your team is playing well, like, you just feed the beast. Like, it's easier for bigger players to get buckets than it is for you. Like, just give it up. And I feel like Brunson could have that type of mindset. I don't think he comes in saying, I need to take 20 shots today.
You and Free Sauce are on the same page here. He's saying that he thinks he goes off against Boston tonight, which, like, I'm not saying I'm going. Well, I did actually just say that I was considering it under on OG. Before I started to say that, I didn't say I was going under. Then I did say that shit, so now I can't say it.
I think I'm going to lean into this heavy, right? If I play OG, I'm going to lean into this heavy. If I play OG, I'm going to do OG for 20 and Jalen Brunson unders.
Whoo, you dog. That makes the most sense.
Because I think there's a correlation there.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think they both totally pound them and Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges just sit there and jack each other off. I don't think that happens.
Yeah. Jack each other off. Real quick. This became a little bit of a talking point. It does. It's not that it doesn't mean anything. I can't let that one slide. It's definitely not mean anything. It definitely means something. It's just let's tone down the hyperbole and say it probably doesn't mean as much as 99.9% of the internet betting on sports thinks that it does. Right? Sample size is too relevant to just say head to head in 2 games he sucked ass. Well, I also have 5 games though, by the way, so it's a little bit bigger than 2 games. But 5 games still isn't a sample size that any scientist would be like, oh yes, let's make a law based on fucking 5 examples of what you're talking about here. It's not going to happen. That said, what does matter with head to head is why did he do this? Not just he did this, so it's going to happen again. With head to head, more than anything else, you can go, why? I can literally go into a box score that shows me way more data than I might even need at times to decipher why he did this. So I'm going to go into matchups. I'm going to look at that. I'm going to look at shot attempts for other guys. I'm going to look at the play type stuff here. So head to head matters in that the matchup is relevant. How they've done in the past is relevant because it also shows you what was going on in that game. So it matters. It's just, you probably right when you say that most people would just look at head to head and go, shit, he did it last time, so let's do it again. Right? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's all about context, because the head to head stuff, especially with players like OG, like his role is changing. It's not the same. I can guarantee the last time he played Boston, his role was not to score nothing. It's like, do what you can to lock down Tatum and Brown,
right,
and run in transition and get ready to shoot. Whereas the role is a little bit different. The volume is up. I don't, usage rate, I would assume, is higher even with Brunson back. And I think from between now and the playoffs, we might see his volume slowly start to dip as Brunson lifts.
Yeah.
So but at the same time, the line is different. His line the last time they played was 12.5.
Right.
Now we're getting 17.5.
Right.
So
fair. So he was probably in the midst of a little downswing too, right? In here in February.
Like OG goes through these swings where he's fucking rubbish. Like, I bet on him one game, that game against Miami.
Oh yeah.
After the Warriors game.
Yeah.
And see that game?
Yeah.
I bet on him there. And I was like, great matchup for spot up shooters, right? Like, this is built for OG, and he fucking sucked. And
well, isn't he bad versus them?
I don't know. I don't really look into head-to-head stats because
that's fair. Yeah, it's not that bad. He was better on Toronto. With this team, he was like fair, not fair, whatever. Yeah, he's inconsistent, but my main thing is like his usage changed. His uptick was because JB was out. Now he has a ton of confidence, but it still stands that when he plays with Jalen Brunson, when Jalen Brunson is available, let's make sure we got everybody out there that's going to be playing. When all these guys are around, it's 16.8 points. It's 1.9 assists, and it's 4.2 rebounds, right? And now let's make sure we have this for like the whole season real quick. But it's just like, I think this is more reliable data than the stuff with where he's just been going off as of late.
And this is why the line is where it is.
Right.
We price it based on his average when all of these people are here, right?
Yeah.
That's where it's priced at. So now it comes down to, do we think he can outperform his average based on what he would normally do with everybody here?
Yeah.
And the recent form sways me to the over.
Yeah. But everything being what it is, it's like a pass eventually, right?
Well, I think the other thing that sways me to the over is we don't know who's playing for Boston right now.
Right.
If they're missing, at the same time, Sam Howes is no joke. But
Yeah, we can. Yeah, let's move on from this one then. Like we tried. I've been glad we had the conversations we had. But like we're not gonna get anything from this one just yet. So we can at least go to this one now. I guess. Are you down for the Lakers Thunder? This one dicked me. I'm not gonna lie. It was a mere.
Who's playing for the Lakers?
Everyone.
They're in.
Yeah. That came out about 40 seconds after I put together a couple bets for backups for the Thunder. So. Yeah, I got Isaiah Joe over 6.5 points, and I have Aaron Wiggins over PRA. Still getting this at 6.5. Actually, I got this at even money, so like it's actually better somehow. Even though all the Lakers guys were ruled in, and I took Wiggins PRA over as well. Got that at like 13.5, which it still is. Yeah. So, any thoughts on this one? Now, I bet you'd have to like dive back into it. Would be my guess.
I didn't even look at it the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's like we've been waiting for OKC to bounce back. They should have bounced back that last game, but they got rolled again. So
waxed.
Yeah, they got waxed. Like I don't know what's going to happen. Like my common sense tells me, this is probably the common thought process in the market is OKC bounce back. SGA is going to get to the free throw line again.
Yeah.
Like bounce back is on. Where this should go the way the first game should have went. But I can't predict that. What's with the erection?
What's the opposite of erection? I'm flaccid right now. 2 free throws in the last 2 games.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like
that's wackadoo.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like he would have scored 35 points if he got to the free throw line.
Right.
But it feels like it just makes too much sense. Like I was going to bet SGA points and assists. That's what I was going to look.
Did you take it? Or you were going to look at it? Yeah.
Yeah,
because he dimed up last game against them.
He always dimes up against them because they'll collapse all over the joint.
Oh, yeah. 18 and 14 potentials.
Yeah. But 6.5, I'm not playing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was going to go points and assists. I would assume he's going to still take 20-plus shots, and I assume he's going to get the whistle eventually.
Yeah. They're at home now. Right. Or were they at?
They were at home in the last one.
Sheesh. I didn't even watch that game. Yeah, I took Saturday off. God, that was the best fucking day of my life in the last month. Was the day I finally took off. I think I just like the points. I did not realize that there was such a ridiculous discrepancy because like I was ready to take the points if they played everybody anyway, because my thinking was that Shai games after he does poorly, especially after a loss, right? He comes back. I believe he's got 30 plus almost every game after a loss this season, which granted isn't very many losses, but still. So I'm with that. So you're probably going to be going points and assists when you put this bet down.
Probably. Yeah, I probably will.
I see that. Am I dead in the water with Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins?
Absolutely not. Like they could get rolled and then they play Isaiah Joe for 20 minutes.
That's yeah, they could still wax them if they wanted to. But the other thing is like this is what I was talking about with Swish, who's in the VIP chat too, which is like Isaiah Joe, fair market price is probably closer to like 8 anyway. This is probably not considering like games where they have all their players and all that kind of stuff. He's got a few like really big performances without J-Dub and whatever. So it's a little bit skewed at times, but I still think he should be close. Like 6.5 is still just low for him in general for a guy that's basically at 10 points a game on the season.
Other thing I'll say is like this is a back-to-back set and they're awful to bet on already. Like they just played each other, but it was such a blowout. Like I don't know what the adjustment is from either team. I don't know. I find this game like it's the game everyone wants to watch, but
yeah, it's perplexing. It's going to be a good game to watch, I think, because it's certainly going to be closer than last time in terms of the Thunder not losing by 27. But this would be the anti-OKC. This is the anti-Thunder, right? This is the dude that just like changes the geometry on the basketball court for a team that is otherwise just dominating because he just keeps the ball from them. He's just like, I have the ball. We will score because none of you can guard me. You're all very good collectively, but you're going to need 2 or 3 of you to guard me, which means we are now going to have an imbalance after that, right? So that this is the man. Like this is the guy who won the playoff series. If he wasn't going to be in and LeBron was in, I was still happy to take OKC like -10. But now that spread's obviously down hella. I didn't have anything else in this one other than my 2 backups, but Free Sauce was bringing up LeBron. That caught my eye. Did you have a cap on him? Now I know that he's back in when we thought he wasn't, so it's tough to kind of gauge that. Interested to know where you're at with the rebounds on that one, Free Sauce, what you're looking at there. Oh, he tells me, this is my guy. My bad, dude. I didn't even mean to doubt you. Check LeBron rebounds with the filter with Luka and Reeves last 10 games. So it looks like he might be rebounding less with
they're taking him.
Say again.
There's only enough uncontested rebounds to go around. Like
fair. Right. And Luka's gobbling them up.
And Luka and Reeves do the same thing.
Right.
So
right, because LeBron's probably still closer to the head of the defense. The rebound chances scare me a little bit here. I will say that he's at 8.3 still with these guys. So there is a little bit of big games in here. I don't really know how to cap why, to be honest, other than maybe like who he's guarding, right? Like matchups could be it, where he is on the floor. But other than that, I don't have too much for it. But I wouldn't be going over on that one necessarily. Let's see if there's anything else that stood out to me, but we could probably move on so we can at least get to a couple more things here. We should talk about a couple more games, but I was thinking of you. I don't know if you're in here. What's up, producer David? Whenever we like stop and go like, wait a second, we might be looking at a bet coming. So I agree with that. Let's see. Yes, I do. I think I might be betting on shy points, but I'm gonna write that down for myself as a note. Take us to where you want to go, my guy. Wherever you're feeling.
Yeah, we've got to go Bucks Wolves.
Yeah, exactly.
I've bet on Rudy. A lot of people are probably betting on Rudy as well.
He's fucking incredible right now. Incroyable, I should say right now. Like, fucking killing it.
He's a rousing guy. I just took his points and rebounds. I didn't muck around with it.
Yeah.
I've also what helps is he's playing great at the moment. He's going to play a lot of minutes. He's always projected to play the same minutes as Ant. Like, it's huge. And I've had a lot of success just taking centers against Brolo at the moment. Just it's been
kills Brolo. Does he not?
Yeah. He's killed him in the last three straight games. He's murdered this points and rebounds prop against him.
Yeah. 27 last season, played 35. They won by 24 though. Yeah, then 38 close game. 23 rebound chances. This season had the 34 PR. Without Randall, to be fair, but I don't know if that matters too much. So, yeah, 25.5 is a bit high for where he's at on the season. This number's gone up. What did you play this at?
24
okay, yeah, I assumed. So, 24.5 makes a lot more sense to me. But, I mean, on the season with Randall in general, like, I just want to bring people back to, like, make sure we're still just keeping in mind, like, when he plays with his full team, right? Like, are the dudes that matters at least? Like, we got to look at those numbers before we just look at, right? Like, he played 59 games, 59 games with these teams, with these guys, 22 PR. So, like, just be a little bit mindful, but it's a great matchup and he loves killing this team. That wasn't for you as much as it was for anybody watching the video. So,
I think the pivot there is just to take the points
instead of both.
Yeah, if it keeps moving.
Or the rebounds, I think. Oh, yeah. This was probably
he can get 13 rebounds, but for the season, likely not. But
right,
like points wise, I think you're going to get a better opportunity there. So
yeah,
if we were to look at how he performs with everyone in there, and he sees the mid 30s, then even then you're really relying on recent form. But it's a wagon, and I've had a lot of success just betting based on how the guys are playing at the moment. With great matchups, who are projected to see minutes, like it's working. I'm not overthinking shit.
Right, exactly. There is something to that, man. I mean, look, I'm obviously always going to be looking at as much information as I can. The more info you have, that's betting. Betting is just info, and if you have it, then you can bet, and if you don't have it, you shouldn't be betting. But the info, it's also about which info are you using, and there is a little bit of like, you're going to paralyze yourself with analysis here if you don't just like choose which stat you believe in and fucking bet as a result in this particular case. But for Rudy, I see what you're seeing. I'll just move it along real quick and say I took Ant on the boards. I don't know if that's going to be around still. I got this at minus. You still get a minus 125. This is where I got it originally on BetMGM. Reason being, this is too low for a guy that averages 5.7 on the season. He averages the same when he plays with Rudy and with Julius and everybody. It's not like they like take away from his boards. Well, actually, I didn't put Nas in last time, but yeah, it still gets you to above 5 on the season with everybody playing. Like, there's no worries there. And then Milwaukee is 29th. Limiting rebounds to guards. He had 9 rebound chances versus team last time. He doesn't have to guard Dame. We always talk about that, right? I just put a video out about this actually in terms of like looking at matchups to know if a guy like Ant is guarding Dame Lillard. Not sure I want to mess with the rebounds here, even at a number like 4.5, because he's going to be following this dude around who's playing 38 feet from the basket all the time. So he's just never going to be in a good spot to get the boards. But now he's going to be guarding like a, off ball guy. Like he's not guarding Giannis. He might guard Kuzma, still an off ball guy. But yeah, right. He's going to be in a good spot. So that was the one bet. I thought about his points too. They were a little bit low at 26.5, mostly 27 now. But did you give a look-see to Ant in this game at all?
I considered his threes, but that got moved really quick. I don't like betting on Ant. So
yeah. I don't either. I played the rebounds because it's a number thing. The points got me going. Like what I was really pumped about in this game is they both need this game so bad. And if you look at Minnesota, they have Memphis, but then they've got Brooklyn, Utah. So I'm kind of like, aren't they going to go balls out in these next 2 games to make sure that they get these W's and then they can play Ant like 28 minutes against Brooklyn and Utah? Right. Conley's going to be sitting at least one of those games, that kind of thing. So I think that I'm just projecting like Ant at 36 minutes is a pretty big wagon. It's like 28 points per game. So there's a bit of an edge at 26.5. If you don't want to mess with it, I get it. I might just,
I just didn't want overexposure because I already Rudy was one of the first players I bet on. I'm also going to bet on Ant as well.
Okay.
Because then like the thing with Ant, you got to deal with variance. Like people who play the way that he does can often rely on the outside shot falling, and it'll be frustrating if he shoots 8 from 22, right?
Right. So this is I think didn't he? No, trust me, I've taken Ant threes maybe like 4 times in my life. 0 for 4 doesn't come close. I think he's averaging like 15 threes attempted per game when I take him, and still hasn't gotten there ever somehow, which seems mathematically hard to do. The last 3 games, though, I think it's the last 4. No, I'm sorry, it's this game against Phoenix. He hurt his hand when he was playing against KD. I remember that he hurt his hand, and he's been 4 for 10, 4 for 10. Oh, actually, he has been making threes. Okay, so
he's been making them in every game. I'm waiting for him to fall off.
He needs to hit threes for him to get there. So I thought he was doing much better without the threes. But yeah, he's got to get 4 to get like high 20s. And a
lot of these threes are late in the game. Like, I don't know if you watched that Denver game, but he was poo-poo until the 4.
I did, yeah. He was dog shit.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree with you on that. I took under rebound in that game. That worked out again for Ant, actually, because once again, he was guarding Jamal Murray or whatever. So it was like, okay, great. The only other thing I wanted to ask you about was Bobby Poe. He's back. Bobby's back.
He's got no performance enhancers. Like, can we trust Bobby right now?
It all makes sense now that this dude is just bugging all the time. Like, I take freaking creatine pre-workout and I'm ready to freaking brawl. Like, yeah, it makes sense. Dude's on some roids, man. Rebounds would have been what I would have looked at. If it was 5.5, great. 6.5, I don't know how he's going to perform. So I guess unless somebody else felt strongly, it could convince me to take him. I'm good on that. Didn't see anything in the chat, but any other place that you want to go with this? Because looks like people are trying to push us to the Dubs game anyway.
Let's go to the Dubs.
Okay. I just want to point this out. Okay, never mind. I was going to say this doesn't matter anymore. I was going to go under on Chet stuff when I saw everybody out that I thought was going to be out for the Lakers. They're back now, so I'd have to figure that out. And this is what we were saying too, and you said this too, Daft, which is Rudy's high numbers right now are because he's just been doing so well recently. But to your point, like, you think he's hot, you think it's a good matchup. I can't argue that. It's when people haven't considered that it's not just how you have done in your last 5 that should determine this. But thank you for bringing this up. My bad. I didn't bet this, but I've been really close to it. I just feel like I missed the boat, which is Brolo threes. This was plus money last night. I probably was still this morning, and I missed the boat. But I might take minus 110. It's just drop coverage versus Rudy's drop coverage defense. Did you have any consideration there for Brolo threes?
No, I personally don't like betting on the threes market unless I'm betting like plus money. The last person to bet on threes was Lou Dort to hit 3 in that last game against the Lakers, which cashed, and the whole thing was a painful experience for me. So
very good point. It is. And someone called me out on my video in the comments. They were like, yo, Josh just gave like 2 3-point bets out. Is everything good? Like, does he still have a fever? Because I hate 3-point bets. But like, I'm also like kind of the new guy at the casino where like I just put everything on black and it hit my first time at the casino because I've just hit like 3-3-point bets in a row. Right. So now I'm like, let's go. Where are these 3-point bets at? And then I'm going to get back on that cold streak and I'm going to be out. So, all right, let's move from this one. Let's do one more because I know you definitely have shit to do and I do too. But Dubs, Suns, because I'm not touching Clippers, Spurs, another massive spread. I don't care. Where are you at with this one? I played one bet in it, so I'm going to cut you off and say I like Buddy because I think this game's going to be a blowout. But to your point, like the market's not necessarily telling me it's going to be a blowout. We talked about that earlier. I think it's still about 10-point spread. I see this one getting out of hand as someone who follows the Dubs really closely. So that's kind of why I just went right to Buddy. But what are your thoughts there?
Last night I had a lean on Pods to get 3-3-pointers. I was like plus 150. It's now down to like plus 110. The volume's great. The matchup's good. The Suns aren't defending to the 3-point line right now.
Yeah.
And he's playing out of his mind. Like, I hate to say it, but I've had a lot of success just betting on how guys have been playing lately.
This is explainable though, right? Like Jimmy unlocks him and Steph.
Because Pod doesn't have to play
unlocking these light skin brothers. What are you saying?
He's got the keys.
He's got the key to the light skin guys.
Well,
Pod sucks right now.
Pods is not the secondary playmaker anymore. He doesn't have to do that. He's predominantly a spot up shooter and who gets out in transition. So, and he's doing it extremely well. Like sometimes we forget, like he's a light skin. Like his skin is light.
Bro, I cannot believe how much I did not realize he is Jack Harlow. That's Jack Harlow.
Yeah,
that's the same dude.
Yeah.
What crazy, dude. The best tweet so far was like Pods when Jimmy shows up, and it's just like a Jack Harlow video where he's like hanging out with really hot bitches and stuff. This other part I want to bring up, this 9th versus the spot up for Phoenix defense. That is what they used to be. But I did the numbers last night, and it's pretty actually wild, which is from the beginning of the season to January 1st, this team is 5th best limiting catch and shoot. From January 1st to now, they are the 10th worst limiting catch and shoot. Since the All-Star break to now, they are the 4th worst limiting catch and shoot. So yeah,
and this is the second highest percentage of their last 15. So they're giving quality looks.
They're terrible. How does Bud have a job and Michael Malone doesn't have a job? Not sure. But so that would be that would be a good reason for guys like Pods. The thing I wanted to ask you about real quick, because I know you were following this for a while too. What the hell is up with this dude? What do I like? I thought maybe he came to the Dubs and we could start betting on him. I had a strict no Heat bets policy when Jimmy was on there, mostly because of Jimmy and a little bit because of Spo. But like, this is what I'm annoyed by. We just have this run, and most of it is with Steph. Like a couple games without, but most of it is with Steph. Then all of a sudden Steph is out, and then 11 potentials, like 11. Where we at here? Just nothing. I got to click on it now. Like 12, 10, 11. He was at like 16, 17. Now we're down to like 6 to 12. What? Make up your mind, Jimmy. Like, what do we do with him at this point?
Well, Jimmy,
that's what's scaring me. Just the last part. That's what's scaring me off the catch and shoot stuff with the other guys is Jimmy. So that's why I brought it up.
He's the perfect gap filler. It's like whatever the Warriors need, Jimmy shall do. If Steph's not there and you need buckets, Jimmy buckets comes out to play, right?
Right.
And if Draymond's not there, then you'll probably find Jimmy's going to start diming up a little bit more. Like, we'll just wait for Draymond to get suspended, and then the Jimmy assists come alive again.
Right. That's such a good point. That's really legit a good point.
Draymond's been talking his shit lately. What's Draymond's stats look like throughout this poor period for Jimmy?
For Jimmy, for the dimes.
Yeah.
Not really.
So who the hell's doing it?
Pod's
has actually been doing a bit of it too.
Pod's doing everything.
Yeah, he's doing it all.
Well, it's probably, I mean, I have to look at the tape. My guess here would be Steph and Jimmy just draw the attention of everybody. And then little Jack Harlow running around and scaring most people when you look at him. So yeah. What do we call it? A real gym rat, that kind of thing, right? For Pods, real hustle guy. Wes Welker type. The other than that, I'm not really trying to bet on Phoenix, but I consider doing an under RA kind of thing. I might just do this for the hell of it, which is like the parlay of Jimmy under RA, or I'm sorry, Booker under RA, and maybe like 30 plus. It's not what you expect. Like I've bet Booker over assists. Like I think every game since last season when he's played this team, because he goes cleanly over. But like now, even though this team is tailored, the defense for the Dubs dictates he would get more assists, fewer shots, right? They're very good against the pick and roll. Let me go back to points. The pick and roll ball handler, 5th best, but they are giving up, 5th most spot ups. So like but this is now just Booker getting empty calories, right? So did you consider anything for him on any of that kind of stuff?
Similar to you, I bet Booker like really loud at his points last few games.
Yeah.
But now we find the C1 where it's like, all right, he's going to get the minutes, he's going to get the usage, but it's not the best matchup in the world for him.
Yeah.
So,
and if I think it's a blowout, then I should be staying away from an over on Booker points. But I mean, I think getting 40 minutes though. That's the thing. It's all empty bullshit.
Yeah. And it's like, I watch the game and I'm like, I don't even know why he bothers passing to some of these people.
Right.
Like the smart decision here is just let him shoot it 30 times.
Yeah.
There's no point giving Grayson Allen 10 shots, Bradley Beal 15. Like you're wasting your time. Just let Booker fade away from
You're saying Booker has averaged 30 shots a game in the last 3, and he hasn't taken enough shots. That's what I hear you say.
Yeah, it's like he's wasting his time. Like wasting everybody's time. Just turn the ball over and come back on defense. Don't pass it to anyone.
Right. If you're going to do that, throw it out of bounds and get good defense.
Throw it out of bounds. You're not going to give up any fast break points. Like just be smart.
You're saying before you pass the ball to Ryan Dunn, throw it into the stands as far as you can.
Yeah, because if Ryan Dunn bricks a 3, then there's a transition layup.
Just go the other way. Look, bro, it's like it makes total sense to me. It's like in football, you know what I mean? Just run it out the back of the end zone, take the safety, live to fight another day if you have to. I got you. I'm with you on that. I'm pretty good. I do want to try to get a couple more bets down for the VIP. I forgot to plug my shit. I will just say real quick, and I'm happy to let you throw us anything at us. But I'm climbing a little ladder here. So for those of y'all that are trying to get into the VIP, trying to get people in if you want to before the playoffs. So we got 2 days in a row winning, going up 5% on the discount each day that we win. Should have mentioned this off the top, but hell, there's way more people in here now than there were earlier. So it's probably better. But if you do want to jump in, that's what we got going on. There's a lot more, like I've said on the show. More than just my picks. Thank God we had the VIP cappers. Buddy Irons, got to shout him out big time, dropping baseball every day. This dude wakes up, Def, no lie. I mean, he works out like 80 hours a day anyway, but dude is up at like 3:30 researching for like 3 hours before he goes to the gym and then goes to work. So he's a psychopath, and it's paying off because he's winning big. So if you want to jump in there, we got plenty of stuff like that going on. And then you've got plenty going on too, right? What's up with your stuff?
Nothing's happening here. We just grinding. Recording videos from the car.
And your bet stolen from other people.
Yeah. No, I'm in the recruitment process at the moment for expanding the team, finding some people around, getting some sharps around soccer, UFC and MMA.
What should they do if they're trying to be a part of this?
Don't do anything, please. I've had to review 200 applications and I can't handle any more. So but I've met some excellent people over the last couple of weeks. So exciting things coming. That's what I'll say.
So, yeah. No, I think that's awesome. So, like, you can definitely check out any of the links in Daft's videos on YouTube. I'm sure that's where you can get that Google form, right? If you're interested in maybe becoming part of the Daft team and dropping some sports betting stuff. So, dope. Cool. All right. Well, I appreciate you doing this, man. I'm glad I didn't cough up in anyone's ear today. That was good. So a rousing success. I'm going to try to come back. I'm probably not going to come back tomorrow, but definitely going to come back again this week. And then I will say for the first time, we're back on Sunday, right? The boys are back. We got Daft, myself, Prop Bomb, Pips. We did this last season, last game of the season, this Sunday. Definitely want to jump in. We're going to do it like from both my channel and your channel, I imagine, right? We'll just get everybody in there. So we're going to we'll just call it Mega Whale Max Awesome Dope Shit Show on Sunday. Well, for now, it's probably going to be like, I mean, you're going to have to get up early, my G. So it's probably going to like, maybe we'll try it at like basically say like 3 p.m. EST, but we'll make some, we might make some changes, but it's going to be a fire show. So hope to see you guys on Sunday because it's just crazy. It's all backups playing and we just got to find like who we can find, but we got like 40-50 bets down last year. We had like 6,000 people in the stream. It was fire. So looking forward to it again. But all right, cool. Appreciate you, my dude. We will be back. I'm sure Daft's going to have a video for the next slate. I'll do the same. 11 teams on a back-to-back tomorrow. So I'm not going to have shit until tomorrow morning. Not going to have a video out tonight. That's for sure. We won't have any lines, but hope to see y'all then. So best of luck today. Until we see y'all next. Happy betting.
Let's go.